So step away for just a second. Actually, I take that back. It does look like the game has started. So, Issa, if you won't mind taking the play-by-play while I try to get the scoreboard configured for this game.
Of course, let's do it. All right, we're gonna figure out. Ball comes out here to number 21. He tries to do a little fake there, ball movement in hand, but he passes it to number 7, who goes in for that breakaway, but the opposing team is on them strong. Ladies and gentlemen, at home, the colors are blue and white on both sides with stripes. So we're gonna figure out what teams these are in just a split second, but in the meantime, there is quite a fight for the ball.
St. Ed's and New Mexico Tech.
Who are you guys? New Mexico Tech.
St. Ed's has the ball.
St. Ed's.
They're the ones with the thin stripes on their jersey. Gorgeous fake into the middle, but the opposing team's got them down. St. Ed's going in for the middle. Gorgeous offload there to the center, who takes the ball into contact, setting up for a ruck. And it looks like hands in the ruck. Ball turned over. It looks like they're going to be making some subs right here. Number 22 coming in, kicking. New Mexico's Tech ball, spilling it out to the side. Gorgeous 2 right on over to number 1. Quick pop to the winger, who's making it down the try line, and he doesn't get it, but he manages to fake it back inside. They are putting up quite the fight right now, but the ball goes down, spilling out to New Mexico. The ball doesn't make it to hand, but it's okay because that turns into a little grubber fake to the side. Gorgeous work from number 11. He's putting up a fight, but the support players are there to make sure that he does not go down by himself. Running up the middle, he is pushing him off, and it is a try for New Mexico. Gorgeous work happening along the edge. So early on in the game, and we are just seeing absolute explosions happening off of each and every ball movement. We're taking a moment right now for the boys to get some water and kick that conversion, but this is some good rugby we're seeing, and we're only, what, a minute into the game?
Yeah, looks like about 2 minutes in. Really close, but yeah, a lot of blue and white out on the field here, so this one's a bit hard to follow. So I believe we've got New Mexico Tech in the thicker stripes and St. Edward's in the thinner stripes. Is that blue and white or is that brown and white? I can't quite make it out.
It looks like, I honestly couldn't tell you if I'm being truthful. I'm not colorblind for those of you watching at home.
This is like that illusion of the dress
yes,
that went around the internet
exactly
a few years ago.
talking about. You know what? Eyes are playing tricks on us, but I gotta say, when it comes to that rugby ball, we are all locked in on that.
Amen. So New Mexico Tech gonna kick it off. Good high kick, but I don't think that's gonna make it the necessary 10. Oh, it does. Looks like it might have just eked across the line.
Mark, you gotta watch the hands on these boys. They're doing great fake outs here, and their footsteps, their goose steps are gorgeous.
Oh, good step back up the middle. Gonna be brought to ground on the 10. St. Edward's now looking to take it back off to the left. Mexico Tech running some good defensive lines. Oh, St. Ed's might have an opening there. Looking for the support player, couldn't quite get it to him.
Offloads like that are crucial.
But St. Ed's is making some yards. Looks like a knock on there, though. That's going to bring it to an end. And that'll turn it over to New Mexico Tech for a scrum.
I have to say, New Mexico is putting up a really big fight right now. They're playing the game fast, but they're playing it smooth.
Yeah, really good match here. The scores at this point 0-0. Is that right? I know I was looking away there for a bit.
We did score 1 try for New Mexico coming down here. So New Mexico right now is in the lead.
Okay, so we're up, New Mexico Tech up 5-0. Is that correct? I'll get the scoreboard accurate for folks here. Coming up on 4 minutes here in this this half. It's moving along quickly as looks like New Mexico.
It's a quick but beautiful game.
Oh, nice grubber if they've got the chase, but looks like they might not have anyone there. Oh, that took a really good bounce. If they had someone there to chase it, St. Ed's will turn around, bring it back.
I would love to see the boys stiff arm just a little bit harder.
Yeah, you know, it's some teams seem to stiff arm like crazy, and some are more about the finesse of the movement and getting around the opposing players.
Keep coming, Jack! Keep coming, Jack! Keep coming, Jack!
Looking good. Can't quite look like he was trying to get New Mexico Tech to bite on and open up a hole, but they didn't. Keeping it closed. St. Ed's inching forward. They're up to about the 10 now. Hard fought meters. Oh, they've got it opening down the side now. He's got one to beat. Oh, dances around and brings it back to the middle into some defenders. No support player there to pick up the ball.
Still, great run from the wing.
Was a really good run, and the move he put around the wing there. Oh, and I think the ref was that a forward call? Did he call that forward?
It looks like it's going to be halftime right now. So I'm not sure what that call will be.
My view was blocked as he blew the whistle. I couldn't quite see it, but it looked like he called a forward pass.
I couldn't quite tell.
But we'll go to halftime here, and with the score, New Mexico Tech 5, St. Ed's 0.
I like listening.
You know, New Mexico is really putting up a fight here. If you watch their defensive side, when they come back on the field, they shift and they're always having a 2-on-1 man. That is extremely crucial when you want to just stress out the offensive side.
Really playing the strong defense there, but don't count St. Ed's out. I mean, despite all the back and forth, it's only a 5-0 game, so this one could go either way at this point. And we'll see if St. Ed's can come out and find that spark that we've seen so many times in this tournament this weekend, where a team kind of comes out a little flat-footed the first half, but then just lights it up the second half. So we'll see who comes out with the spark.
Definitely. St. Ed's right here, their wingers. I mean, if we can just manage to get that out to their wingers, they can make those runs. We've seen it time and time again. It's that support player that's crucial. So if I were the coach and I was going in talking to them, I would be like, make sure that your wingers have that support, and I think they can score some tries coming up here.
I totally agree. They've got some real opportunities, just a couple of small minor adjustments, and St. Ed's is going to be dangerous here soon. So teams flipping sides. St. Ed's will kick off in the thin blue and white stripes, kicking off right to left. Start off the second half here. Looking for that whistle to start the half. There it is. So it's a good high kick. That's going to be playable for the defense. They're looking to get a hand on it. It takes a St. Ed's bounce. So there we go. And the ref says it's a knock-on to New Mexico Tech.
New Mexico Tech is going to get defeated in right now. Great play from them. They knew that if they kicked it just a little bit short, their number 7 right there could be tall enough to outwin that and win it for them, and they did it.
And you look across the pitch, St. Ed's definitely has a height advantage, so good strategy to take advantage of that advantage there. Was that a double advantage? I think it was. St. Ed's will set up the scrum inside the 10, down by 5, looking to put a score on the board. Bit of a cross there. Looking for maybe the fake pass. St. Ed's back to about the original gain line. Not really much gain on that. Oh, looking to flip it quickly across. Fortunate bounce for the winger as it bounces into his arms. That one looked like it had the opportunity to go bad. Oh, and he's going to knock that one on. That's going to kill the play.
Making pops like that when you're that far on the ground and players are coming over you trying to steal the ball out, it's more crucial if you just take it into a ruck rather than popping it, because you have moments like that where the support player thinks they're going to go ruck and they're not paying attention to the pop.
Oh, good observation. I hadn't really noticed that myself, but completely makes sense. So the bit of a mental error there results in the knock-on and a New Mexico Tech scrum as they'll win the attack from their own 10. There's the grubber, and New Mexico Tech's giving strong chase. They've got 2 out in the front, so if that takes just the perfect bounce for them, oh, not quite the right bounce, it's going to be a knock-on. And the rugby gods frown on New Mexico Tech with that bounce just the wrong way. looked like it could have been just an easy breakaway try, ends up as a knock-on.
You know, it's a gamble sometimes. You want to ask yourself, am I willing to make that run, and can I make that run and actually get a hold of the ball, or is it going to make me lose energy? While I do think that this was a positive move for New Mexico, I don't know if it was necessarily the right move to have them win.
So we're at 4 minutes, 20 seconds on the unofficial clock here, about 2.5 minutes left to play. Still a 5-point game, but New Mexico Tech threatening. St. Ed's 22, but it's a St. Ed scrum. They'll bring it, looking to bring it out to the right. Can't quite get the opening for the wing. And again, as you said earlier, Isa, New Mexico Tech doing a real good job having the double team, the good defensive support lines that are sealing off those openings.
Great tackle.
Oh, that tackle hurt. I felt that one all the way over here. St. Ed's, he's got lots of space if he's got the speed, can't quite get around the corner.
It's the support. If the support is not there, it's not worth the run.
So you're saying, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, that's a good observation. It's good to talk to someone who plays the game. So if he's going to make that run, you need that support player there, so you've got the offload. If you're on your own,
you get tackled down, you get chased down, it's immediately going to be a turnover, because unless he quickly puts the ball down, gets back up, grabs it, and goes for the run again, which it doesn't look like it because they got 2 D-men on him at once. It's just not going to be worth the gas.
Oh, very good, great observation. Great observation. I'm learning as we talk here. So New Mexico Tech with another grubber. It's going to be picked up by St. Ed's. Oh, and what looked like it was going to be an offload pass is intercepted, and New Mexico Tech almost tackled in the touch. I think he saved it. And having a tough time seeing, the view's a bit blocked here, but New Mexico Tech keeping the ball alive, and they're going to be called for a forward pass. That's going to bring them back for a St. Ed scrum, but oh, what a dangerous place to have a scrum.
It is dangerous, but if they play it right, it could be good.
Out of the scrum.
Coming up on the waning minutes here, about 2 minutes left to play. About 2 minutes left to play as St. Ed's has a scrum deep in their own territory. Down by only 5. This is anybody's game at this point. And there's a clearing kick. St. Ed's giving chase, but looks like New Mexico Tech will beat them there unless it takes an awkward bounce. But New Mexico Tech deep back in their own territory. Oh, but he's found space along the wing. He's looking tired, though. That's a hard run down a long way down the wing. And there's that support player you were talking about, Issa, as the quick offload springs him down the edge.
Fantastic work from New Mexico. Great support there on the edge. Good fake outs coming in from our supporting players. And it was a great try putting them in line. I mean, even when you do kick the ball that far, it could be anyone's ball. And you got to make sure that when you do get that ball, your players get in line, they get that depth, and they're able to keep that momentum moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, really, as you say, it is anyone's ball, and sevens is such an open game. It's such a big field to try to cover with only 7 players. So the conversion kick is good. New Mexico Tech puts another 2 on the board. About a minute left to play here. New Mexico Tech is up by a score of 12-0. Looking to take home that plate.
If anything, I would just want to put something on the board. They have the time. If they slow it down, maybe they may not be able to win this game necessarily, but you know what? They can still come off the pitch having a great game. I think that they did play well. They were just playing against a really difficult team.
100% agree. This has been a hard-fought match all the way by both teams. And Wynn's going to catch that one. I don't think that's going to go 10. Actually, didn't go 10 and directly into touch. So I think St. Ed's will bring that back to midfield. So again, I'm looking at these St. Ed's uniforms, and right up here close, it does look like blue, but they step off over there a little bit, and it's brown. It truly is that wedding dress picture all over again.
We need time.
So the clock, the unofficial game clock has wound down to 0, so this will be probably likely to be the last sequence of the match. St. Ed's looking to put some points on the board.
One more.
bit of an opening, but New Mexico Tech with 3 defenders in there and looked into touch. The AR waves it off.
Go shifting.
St. Ed's staying on his feet. The winger's out there, but he's all alone. Looks like the risk may have paid off this time, though, as he does find the corner. And St. Ed's will take that one in, and they'll put their try down. Put some points on the board.
Fantastic job from St. Ed's. I gotta say, this is our winger that has been making those runs. You know, I would have loved to seen him score just a little bit more, but because he didn't have that support, I can completely understand. But he, as a player, I think he did well today. He did very well.
Hard-fought match by both teams. And sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles. But this time, the bounces went New Mexico Tech's way as they win the Open Division plate by a score of 12-7 over St. Edwards. We'll work to reconfigure the score here and watch the boys celebrate and see if Issa can get a little bit of an interview with the winners.
Runners on me, runners on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Runners! And as we wait for the players to come off the field to talk to Issa, our next match is going to be the D1 plate. So down to you, Issa.
Right here. We're doing a quick camera. Do we have your captain? Who's your captain?
David.
Right here.
David.
Where is he? Captain. All right, well, we're knocked it down, played an excellent, fast, smooth game. How are you feeling coming off the pitch?
Pretty good. I'm tired as usual, but these guys put in great work. Injuries and all, we overcame that, and I'm just proud of this team.
You did a great job. Everyone out here played a fantastic game of rugby. Anything you want to say to your players?
Just thanks for being out here with me. I know you guys are all hurting. Can't wait for a 12-hour ride back home, but
16 hours.
yeah,
16 hours.
Yeah, 16 hours, but thanks for you guys.
Well, congratulations,
play
New
next?
Mexico.
Go get it.
Who do you play?
And that's a wrap on this game. We're going to be passing it right back down where another game of rugby is coming up shortly.